Alright, let me fix this real quick. Okay, this is way too zoomed in. Alright, yeah, we got live. Let's get it. Are y'all ready? I don't think y'all ready. Let me go live real quick on Instagram too, since we here. Alright, we good? Let me know for me. Drop a 3 on the chat if we're good. Drop a 3 in the chat if we're good now. Drop a 3 if we're good in the chat, family. Y'all know the vibes. 3. Okay, y'all can hear me perfect. Let me know. I got one more thing for y'all. Let me get my mic in, man. My fault. I almost forgot the mic. Alright. Let's see. There goes one. I should put in the mic here too into my camera. Alright. So let's turn on this mic. Both of these mics. They gotta be double mic'd up, man. Alright, we having a little bit of a struggle right now. Bear with me though. Whoever stays tuned in is gonna get that value. Promise that. Let me just rock out with it, chilling right here. Clean. There was one mic. I don't know what's up with this clip. They gave me a mic with a fudged up clip. I just bought this thing. Alright, well hopefully the microphone's good. You know, we'll just keep it right here though. As long as it's right here, we're good. so that's fine. This clip does work. I don't know what the difference is. It shouldn't be, but so I got the Bluetooth one coming in too soon. Let me plug her up in, and let's get into it. All right, family. Peace and love. Peace and love. Let's start this call off with some gratitude. Expressing things in which we're grateful for, because in order to truly attract lives coming, we got to be grateful for the now. We got to be grateful for what is here. We got to be grateful for what is now. And that's something that I've been really living by these past couple, ever since 11/11, honestly. It's just when I heard Londrell speak or perform live, is just to be here, to be now, and there's nowhere else but to be here and but to be now and to be present. And there's so much beauty in the presence, whether you guys are going through something, whether you just got done going through something, or whether you guys are about to go through something. Understand that what you guys and where you guys are at this exact moment has been divinely orchestrated into you being here. And it's never ever happening to you, but always happening for you. It's always in your favor. And so just understanding that and walking in that and accepting that is definitely going to allow you to see huge transformation within your guys' life. Peace and love, everybody tuning in onto Instagram. But I promise you guys, the moment that I just started being more present with my breath, we're all breathing on a day-to-day basis, but how many of you guys are actually present with each breath and each inhale and exhale? And so, the power of being here and being now is everything, family. And so that is what I do want to start this call off with, is each one of us just expressing, and not expressing, but bringing more awareness to, the present. Whether you guys are going through pain, whether you guys are going through adversity, being here and being now is the most beautiful thing, as we're all here for a reason. Just like everybody on this call, right time, right place, and right people. Truly everything, once again, is all divine. I don't believe in coincidences at all. And I'm a firm believer in, your vibe attracts your tribe. I'm going to say that again. For me, your vibe, the level of vibration in which you are vibrating on, attracts your guys' tribe. Who you guys surround your guys' self with, what you guys surround yourself with, what you guys are taking in. I truly believe that's a direct reflection of the level of vibration which you guys are operating on, and everything in this realm is simply levels of vibration. And so it's vital that we do get in tune with, our vibrations, because once again, your vibe is your tribe. I'm making sure I can see the chat and everything. Peace and love to everybody tuning in on Instagram. We're live here streaming on YouTube. So if you guys are not in tune with the YouTube, make sure to click the link in the bio so that you guys are able to see everything in which we're teaching here on the channel as well too. So I'm excited to get in today's call. Today's call is going to be heavy in terms of the information which we are going to teach. I'm going to break down how to build out your guys' personal consumer report, but outside of that, I'm going to show you guys how we can operate outside of this consumer report and our social security number. I'm going to show you guys how to build credit outside of your guys' social security number, which, remember, this is a government issued number, and this is property of the United States corporation. And pursuant to 28 USC 3002, the United States is a federal corporation defined by Congress verbatim. And just understanding the sole purpose of a corporation, of an organization, me being a business owner myself, I'm positive that there's many other business owners that are tuned in as well too, to all of our teachings, that are looking to build and clean their consumer report so that they can build business credit as well too. But for all of my business owners out there, how many of you guys know the sole purpose of a business? See, the sole purpose of a business is simply to, create revenue, to create customers, right? To keep the customers happy. And, you've heard the saying that the customer is always right, because without customers, without consumers, there is no organization. But the sole purpose of any business is simply to generate revenue, to make money. And so understand that the United States being a corporation is simply to create and make money. And so understand that every single transaction that is taking place is commerce. It's a business transaction. So throughout this game of commerce, you got to understand and know whom you are within this game to know how to operate in it accordingly. See, we live in a world, where it's literally, you swim or you sink. You literally understand how to play by the rules, or you won't even be entered into the game. And so when it comes to by playing by the rules, there's so many rules and regulations and laws set in place to protect us consumers against these corporations for willfully and knowingly, acting out of character and not complying with federal law. And that's why these laws have been in place for decades now. And so this isn't something new that I'm teaching. This isn't something that I've learned just from some guru or from some book that I read. These are things that I've gone through that are all public information, and I've taken the time to study, to read, to master my craft, to go out and exercise it for myself, for my family, to then see the results that it had upon myself and my family and those around me, to where I'm like, yo, what I can really do with this, once I can get my hands on this fully and, understand it to a T, and where I'm able to go out and do exactly what we're doing here on a day-to-day basis on our YouTube platform, is go out and educate the masses. It's going to empower so many lives. It's going to change the trajectory of generations to come. And I promise you guys, what we're doing, it may not fully make sense and click right now, but I want you to understand that this is an over life thing and not an overnight thing. See, what got you here to this position will not get you there. It's going to take hours of you guys studying. It's going to take you guys, thinking differently from the masses, observing the masses and doing opposite. It's going to take you guys unlearning simply to relearn. All right, we have not been programmed for this information. The terms in which we're familiar with are different in terms of the court of law. And when we do come out and when or if we do seek litigation against any of these corporations, we got to understand the terms in which we're using and exercising within these laws as well too. So that's why I always mention to make sure that you guys have a Black's Law Dictionary, right? We want to make sure we have a Black's Law Dictionary so we're actually familiar with the terms in which we're using. Because in that courtroom, they're going based off that Black's Law Dictionary. They're not going based off of the Webster's nor the Merriam Dictionary. They're going based off that Black's Law Dictionary. So understanding consumer law allows us to control our consumer report. As we're able to control our consumer report, we're able to dictate the quote unquote credit standing and credit worthiness in which we have in accordance to these lenders, to where these lenders will give us the highest lending, possible. And so what I want you guys to understand is that there's a lot of teachings and people going out teaching you guys about CPNs, and a lot of people have a misconception that CPNs are illegal. See, I want to make it clear that's not what I'm here to teach, nor that is what I do teach in the public. Within my personal mentorship, I do have multiple ebooks and multiple ways in where I can show you guys how to create and generate a CPN, which is a credit profile number. But those are really auto-generated numbers. What I'm going to go over today is going to be a government-issued number, something that I've learned from my business partner, Taquan X, and where we're going to be going live within the next 48 hours. I just got off, connecting with him, and we're about to actually go out and go live, if not tomorrow, this Friday. So I want you guys to understand that you don't have to use your social security number. See, the social security number, once again, is government created by the United States Federal Corporation. We can actually issue our own government number, and we can operate off of this number that we're getting from the IRS, that we can get from Dun & Bradstreet. I'm going to leave you guys with those two, right? We can get a number from IRS, and we can get a number from Dun & Bradstreet, right? This number, it's an EIN, typically through the IRS. with Dun & Bradstreet is going to be a DUNS number, right? And with this, though, the name of that business or organization in which you guys are going to acquire for is going to be the same name as your personal name. So, for instance, I have an EIN number that's been generated as Antonio N. Cuevas, right, which is my first and last name. And therefore, anytime that I go out and now that I've generated this and acquired this EIN number, a lot of people think that the EIN number is going to be for business purposes. That's incorrect. In this instance, it's going to be for personal credit profile usage. And so in terms of this EIN and us being able to go out and use this, right now, this is a whole new personal credit profile. So why I brought up the fact of, why I even brought up the term CPN as a whole is because most people are familiar with it. But there's a lot of things in which you cannot acquire with this CPN. See, with an EIN number, you guys can actually acquire everything you guys can acquire through the social with this EIN number as it's coming directly from the IRS themselves. And so what I want you guys to understand is that once we generate this EIN number from the IRS, it's directly on the IRS website. You got to know what type of organization that you guys are going to set up for this EIN. The name of it, though, is going to be your first and last name. And whenever you guys, or whenever these corporations need proof of identification, this is where our non-citizen national passport card is going to come in play. The creation of a non-citizen national passport card. I do show you guys how to get a 4 to 5 star national passport card, which does put you on the do not detain list. And with this 4 to 5 star national passport card, it takes you out of the jurisdiction of the United States corporation, because when it asks for the address, I did not put any fictitious address, as every address in which you guys will put down on any type of paperwork will be within the USDC, right? The United States corporation. And I want you guys to understand is that I don't reside within a corporation. That's like you guys living within one of my LLCs. You can't live within an organization or a corporation. See, I want you guys to understand is that anytime you put an address, you're stating and, acting in jointer of the organization, and you guys then are in the jurisdiction of the United States because you guys quote unquote reside. See, as a natural person, you don't reside in any of these corporations. You have a place of abode, and anytime I do put down an address, I'll put rule-free delivery. Right, rule-free delivery. And there's a whole certain way of filling out the DS-11 form. I do advise that you guys do go out and acquire DS-11 forms from the U.S. Postal Service. And I want you guys, and the Postal Service really runs a lot of this stuff. Look into the Postmaster. They're the ones who are really making the chess moves. Can't talk too heavy on that. That's some heavier information, but just understand that the Postmaster is the one who's truly making a lot of these chess plays. And there's a lot more history to the Postal Service. And whom was bombed on 9/11 wasn't the military, it was the Postal Service. And look more into that above all else. I'm not going to speak too much on that. But above all else, family, having that non-citizen national passport card is vital in terms of operating off of this EIN number. Let me go ahead and stop this video real quick. Let's see who's tuned in. Ash Baby stays tuned in. I love to see it. Peace and love. Hope that today is finding you in a beautiful place, both mentally, spiritually, and in all aspects of your life. Great to see your face here on the live. Are you in the Discord? Let me know if you're in the Discord. If not, you gotta get up in the Discord and stop playing. All right, let me make sure. Okay, family, so once again, we do not reside within the United States corporation. We have a place of abode and is rule-free delivery. If I ever put a mailing address, which you guys can put a mailing address, I always put in care of, right? And anytime it asks me if I'm a U.S. citizen, no, I'm not a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. Indeed, I am not a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. You guys got to understand, what it truly means to be a U.S. citizen. A citizen of a federal corporation that's only 11 square miles within the District of Columbia. And, I'm not a citizen of a corporation. And I want y'all to look up in Black's Law Dictionary the definition of a citizen and what it truly means. All right, once again, you're not. Well, I hope that this call, Ash, does raise your vibration and help put you in a better place. Because I promise you, you are here for a reason. And, me just checking out your movement and everything that you have going on, continue walking in the light and being the light, and no matter what situation is arising, and I made a video that I'm going to drop tomorrow that states that if it were not for the darkness and the dark moments that I went through, I would not be standing here as light, myself. So, it's never happening to you, but it's always happening for you. So just remember that, stand in that, and walk in that. And yes, continue being that light and shining it. All right, family. So this non-citizen national passport card is going to be definitely needed in terms of us going out and setting up this EIN number and acquiring credit with this EIN number. But it's a generated number from the IRS, so it's not a made-up number like a CPN number. It is generated from the IRS, and we're able to use it just like we're able to use a social security number. So everything you're able to obtain with the social, you are able to obtain with this EIN number. You do got to set up public records and get it to report to the reporting agencies. And remember, there's other reporting agencies as well. And there's ways of going about getting your information out there publicly with this EIN number. And something I want to make clear is you are going to need a different address, one that has never been attached to your social security number. So one that's not on file at all with any consumer reporting agency that you will use and be able to receive mail to and from, and not and this is just the mail-in address, but not a, what's up? I don't use these, so can't even think of the name. From the damn post office, a P.O. box. I don't know why my mind is blank. It's 12/24, so I guess that's why I'm a little tired. No, I don't get tired. All right, so in terms of building this report, though, there are certain things that we do want to make sure to, and once we do get it established and start reporting to Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, right, we're going to then want to start building out this report. So I want to make it very clear as to there being 6 data points within whether it's building the social or whether it's not building the social. So today I'm going to show you guys, specifically, let me take you guys here to, all right, y'all getting some sauce right now. Let me take you guys here to the 6 data points. So I want to make it very clear as to whether it is your social or whether it's building this EIN or even a CPN number. All right, but with this EIN, you guys will not have to use the social at all, as it is in replacement and can do everything the social can do as well too. So I do want to make that very clear. But there are YBC's 6 data points to building out your guys' personal consumer report. These are data points that are being connected to generate what we know of from these lenders as a credit score. See, data point number 1 is 100% payment history. Data point number 2 is having 10 positive accounts open. Data point number 3 is having below 10% utilization. I know we've been taught to keep it under 30, but keeping it under 10% is going to positively help build out our report. We want to have anywhere from 2 to 3 inquiries. So if you've ever gone to the dealership and got your credit ran in a pool of credit and you've got about 10 to 20 inquiries, you want to get that between 2 to 3 inquiries. Even if an account is open, you guys can still get that inquiry removed, but keep the account open. Next, we want to have the age of our credit being anywhere from 3 to 5 years. And last but not least, we want to have 0 derogatory accounts. When it comes to the derogatory accounts, we are able to get these removed by understanding consumer law. Specifically, the FCRA and the FDCPA will help you guys get anything removed from your guys' consumer report. And the FCRA starts at 15 USC 1681. The FDCPA starts at 15 USC 1692. And so I did want to make that clear. This right here is actually, one of our chats, and this is an insight upon our mentorship and some private chats that we do have, different investments. We have our YBC mentorship chat within here. We do have consumer law chats. As you see, we're going to be getting into the secure party creditor process. We got a lot of things within living in the private, different case studies, different subchapters, overviews of them, etc. Personal credit blueprint and building out your personal report and or the EIN number, building out business credit, and ultimate deletion for every account, as you guys do see, arbitration, adverse action, etc. And so, that's a little insight upon the mentorship. I did want to come and bring you guys here to certain accounts that you guys can add on to start building out your guys' report. So a lot of accounts that I've seen that have helped my clients tremendously when it comes to building their consumer report. And when I talk about that 10 open accounts, we want to have quality accounts on these open accounts, so that reflected upon on our consumer report, when these lenders are looking at our consumer report, they see that we have installment accounts, but not the accounts like the self lender, not the accounts like the basic primary accounts that will be out there. I'm going to give you guys accounts that when these lenders see this, it's going to A, help with the history, and then B, also have good limits, and they're going to give you guys top funding, versus them seeing that you having, a self lender account or a smaller primary account, which on top of that, they're going to continue giving you guys smaller limits because they see that reflected as such upon your consumer report as one of the open accounts. So an open account that I want to make clear with each one of you guys to go out and start building is Rental Karma. See, I've done this and I've helped many of my clients open up a Rental Karma account. Whether you guys are renting the house or not, or have ever rented or never rented, you guys can use this account right here. See, this is a little cheat code, a little loophole. And with Rental Karma, you guys are actually able to go out and backdate it anywhere from 3 to 5 years. So you guys can add history to this account. It will reflect you guys paying rent for the time frame that you do put. So if you put that you've been paying rent for 4 years for $2,000, it will add on an account that's been open and been paid for the past 4 years of $2,000 every single month. Imagine that being reported on your consumer report. See, this is the power of Rental Karma and what it can do to you guys' consumer report. So I do advise that you guys do get this set up, to help build out your guys' consumer report. Is definitely very, helpful in terms of building your guys' report. Outside of that, family, we have another account, and this is something that you guys can also report just like it. It's Rent Reporters. This is the exact same thing. Build your credit by reporting rent. All they're simply going to do, family, is verbally call the address and the homeowner of who you guys did put down, from the address in which you guys are have been paying upon for the past 3 to 5 years. I advise, if you guys have an auntie, an uncle, a mom, a dad, a grandma, a grandpa, nana, tata, etc., whatever it may be, that is trustworthy, and if you explain that, I to this company reported that I've been paying rent for the past 4 years for $2,000, and they're going to give you guys a call, and all you got to do is verbally agree and state that I have been paying rent for that time frame in that amount for that time that I did put. They're going to then reflect that onto your guys' consumer report. So when it comes to starting up this EIN number and building it out, Rent Reporters, Rental Karma are 2 accounts that you guys could add on, which will drastically help your guys' report. Even if you guys are looking to clean your guys' report, and in the midst of cleaning your guys' report, I do advise you still add on these accounts, because once we do get those accounts removed that are derogatory on your consumer report, and we have these reflecting, this is going to drastically help our consumer report. Well, I promise you guys, like I mentioned, the clients in which I've helped, and from my own report, with my report, it did help my credit score go up 65 points. My mom's, it helped hers go up over 50 points. And every client I've seen has gone up bare minimum over 30 points from adding on these accounts onto your guys' consumer report. So once again, family, we can backdate rent with rental karma and or rent reporters. Once again, family, there is loopholes, and you guys can put, as long as you guys know the homeowner, the address of the homeowner and the time frame in which you've been paying for this homeowner, even longer than you have been. Even if you haven't at all, you can state that you've been paying this homeowner, a certain amount for the certain amount of time. And this will also reflect upon your guys' consumer report, and this will drastically help build out your guys' consumer report. So this is going to report as an installment account as well too, family. So this is not some revolving smaller account that's going to be upon our consumer report, but it's going to be an installment account. Just like a secured loan, you guys putting down money for a loan for that to be built out, that's also going to help report as an installment account, and is reflecting just as a secured loan would do such, right? And that is something that I do advise as well for all of you guys to go out and do if you have the extra capital, is to put down a secured loan, of a couple $1,000s, so that, and I recommend secured loans over secured credit cards, because the amount that you put down for the credit card, they're typically going to give you that amount as well too when they do give you an unsecured credit card. And so if you guys only put down $1,000, they're going to give you guys maybe a $1,500 to $2,000 credit card once that account has been paid off and you got some history with that account. And of course, we want to have 100% payment history, etc. There's a couple other loopholes in terms of paying early, double paying, etc. in terms of helping your credit history and payment history be built with these just credit cards as a whole. But above all else, I do recommend unsecured loans over secured loans, over secured cards. And the reason and why is because just think about what is more hard to acquire, a loan or a credit card. All right, what is more hard to acquire, a loan or a credit card? Peace and love, family. You guys are going to see that loans are a lot. I'm going to get to these questions too soon. Let me just, do you know how to liquidate? Of course. Do you teach how to get funded? Of course. We teach all that in the mentorship. Let's see if there's any questions here on YouTube. Okay. We'll get into those here in a second, family, so bear with me. And we are running super low, so let me charge my laptop real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second, Instagram. I'm gonna be right back. Dang, I got these mics. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta go get an extension cord because it does not connect that far. Bear with me, family, bear with me. Fudge me. All right, we locked in. All right, Ash, let me know if you in the Discord. I don't know if that's what you were saying earlier too. Oh, you're not in the Discord. That's what you were saying. I thought you were talking about having a bad day, but hopefully you still took the advice as such. Good day, bad day, don't matter. Alright, family. Nah, the Discord. But yeah, go to my YouTube, and then you could just find in the bio the link for the Discord. I just updated it today. Also, anybody looking to get plugged in with the Discord that's not in it, definitely get in tune with the link in my bio, as I finally found out how to generate code that doesn't expire. So those are just 2 accounts right there that we can add on to build out our report. Another one, let me see, that I want to give to you guys. Let's see, family. Let's see what I should give to y'all, man. So one that's pretty good as well is Moneyline. When it comes to the EIN, kickoff lending, when it comes to the EIN, let's see. And if you guys are looking for an EIN setup to get it generated, to get it to start reporting, you guys can reach out to me and I can help connect you guys with my business partner, TaquanX. That is something that he does specialize in, and we can help you guys with the whole setup. TaquanX is whom really got me hip to a lot of this, and he also does teach and help you guys set up your guys' status change and gives you guys all the paperwork that is needed so that you guys can record it, etc. And so, alright, Ash, check out the link in the bio and then go to directly subscribe first and foremost, and then click the link in the description or in my bio in the YouTube, and I have the Discord link in there. But yeah, TaquanX, definitely a big mentor of mine, and somebody that's helping a lot of people out there. So I would definitely get in tune with his teachings. You guys can find him at Taquan, TaquaneX, and he does go more in depth with the power of an EIN number and for you guys to stop using the social security number. But above all else, family, what we did cover today should be very insightful in terms of the accounts. Let me give you guys a couple more things before we leave here. A couple banks that I do advise you guys do get connected with ASAP is in Affinity plus Federal Credit Union. I know Dover Financial Credit Union, and I'll just give you guys those 2. And of course, Navy Federal. Credit unions, you guys can always donate to them so that you guys can get, within their system and get approved for an account. When it comes to Navy Federal, there is a loophole if you haven't been in the military on how to get into Navy Federal. So we do have the setup for that, and we can help each one of you guys with the setup. Just text the number in the bio and or on my thumbnail, the 305 number. That is my business number, and I will get back to you guys. Text it Navy Federal, and I'll be able to help attend to you guys with that, the steps that we do take. It is $100 to get set up, but this Navy Federal account, once we get your consumer report to hit those 6 data points that we did cover earlier on the live, and or even the EIN number, once you guys have the setup for your social, you guys can also use the setup with the EIN number as well too. I'll show you guys then how to, I'll give you guys a recording so you guys will be able to use it for your friends, family, whomever, to help set up this Navy Federal account. But why I mentioned Navy Federal is because they're giving out high limits, and they're just one of the most trustworthy banks. And there is an auto loan funding play that we do use as well too, that I'm actually going to go out and exercise with my brother very soon. So definitely stay tuned for all of that information as well too, family, as Navy Fed is one of the best financial institutions to go through when it comes to auto loans and getting the best interest rates, but above all else, acquiring the highest limits, and just the loophole that we do with it is pretty smooth. So y'all gonna see what we're about to go do on that end, and we're gonna make it happen. So definitely stay tuned. I'm excited to getting these things done, these steps, finished and finalized. And let me see what else we got here. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. Alright, so I really just wanted to, and with this EIN, it just helps you guys. It's a whole new personal credit profile. So the same funding plays that we do cover here with your personal credit, I can help show you guys once you guys get into the mentorship and or the personal credit blueprint and or the university that is going to be coming in 2024. I'm going to show you guys how to stack credit cards and acquire funding. And once you guys have acquired funding, you guys can use the same sequence that you guys have used for your social to acquire anywhere over 35 to 50,000 in credit cards as you guys came with this EIN. Why I mentioned credit cards, because imagine having credit cards and being able to use these credit cards with high limits, with utilization below 10%, and having 3 to 5 years of credit history, which is one of the 6 data points to help people go out and receive the funding. Once we've gotten our credit cards to this age, and even if it's before the 3 to 5 year time frame, if we got good utilization below that 10%, anywhere between 2 to 8%, and we have limits over $10,000, people will actually pay you guys to get added on as an authorized user to their credit card. See, this is one revenue that we can generate simply from having quote unquote good credit. And by that, let's say we have up to 10 clients we can add on per card. Let's just say we got, for instance, 2 cards. All right, this is literally a 6-figure play right here that I'm about to go over. You guys charge those 10 clients $500. All right, those 10 clients are going to get access to your history, to the utilization, and to the age of this credit card. So therefore, it's going to allow them to go out and acquire funding themselves, because now they've hit 3 of the 6 data points. If they got 0 derogatory accounts, if they got 2 to 3 inquiries, and if they got what was the other data point, 10 open accounts, right? Then therefore, and this is going to help with an open account as well too. So it's really 4 of the 6 data points in which it's covering. But now, with that being said, it's allowing them to receive access to funding themselves, and you're only adding them on for 60 days, and they're not actually getting the credit card. All it's doing is reporting the history, the limit, your payment history, the limit of the card, and the utilization onto their consumer report. If you guys go to TradeLineSupply.com, you guys can look at what people are charging other people to be added on as an authorized user. We're talking hundreds of dollars to a couple $1,000s that people are paying to get access to these trade lines for 60 days. All right, only 60 days they're getting added onto these cards. Then you could cycle it through. But 10 clients for $500, that's $5,000 every single 60 days. Right? You do that with 2 cards, that's $10,000, that's $5,000 a month, and that's $60,000 a year. You do that with 4 cards, that's $120,000 a year, right? And with our funding play, as I just mentioned, 6 credit cards we can help you guys go out and acquire with only receiving 2 inquiries. And this is stacking credit cards. And how we're doing that is because if I know which banks pull from which consumer reporting agency, I'll only get 1 inquiry on that consumer reporting agency. So don't quote me on these banks, but as I don't have my secret lenders list up right now, but if I knew that Navy Federal pulls from TransUnion, that's only 1 inquiry on TransUnion. See, not all banks pull from each consumer reporting agency. If I knew that Affinity or pulled from Equifax, and only Equifax, that's 1 inquiry on Equifax. So that's 2 credit cards that I just received, but that's still 1 inquiry across the board. We still got Experian that we can also get a bank that only pulls from Experian, and that will be 1 inquiry on Experian. See, now that will allow us then to receive 3 credit cards, potentially 4, depending upon the bank, and if that bank allows you to get 2 credit cards in the same day. If such, that can be 4 credit cards in one day with 1 inquiry. So that's just one play right there. You got to know which financial institutions are pulling from which consumer reporting agency, and keep it and be very mindful and aware of the verbiage that I'm using. I'm not calling them bureaus, because nowhere does Congress ever define Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion as a bureau. So we got to call them according to what Congress is defining these corporations as, and that's simply a consumer reporting agency. And as a consumer reporting agency, they've simply assumed this vital role. And this is in pursuant to the FCRA's congressional finding. So, my fault, the mics are over here and stuff. Wowza. Nobody said nothing. That's crazy. The mics are over here. Alright, we about finished anyways. The mics were all on the ground and stuff. Nobody said nothing. That's crazy. Hopefully it picked up my audio. I'll be annoyed if it didn't. Annoyed for y'all. Drop a 3 if y'all heard me okay. Drop a 3 if y'all heard me okay. That's annoying. Let me know if you tuned in, Ash. So y'all can't hear me or what? Drop a 3 if y'all heard me clear with my teachings and what I was just covering. See, that's why I don't mess with Instagram. It literally just exited out of the whole app, and now that live stream is gone. But it's okay. That's why we got YouTube. And if I was just building my platform on Instagram still, I would be hurt. But honestly, I really don't care. It's here on YouTube, and it's forever going to be here on YouTube. So y'all could always come back, watch this video. But what I need everybody to do is to get the likes up on this video. Let's not make sure to drop a like, share and express your gratitude clear with giving a like. It takes 2 seconds to give a like, family. 2 seconds, if that. Scroll down under my video, press like, and it helps so much more than y'all could imagine. It helps in terms of getting this information out there, this video out there, and my teachings. I've been here for 50 minutes giving you guys pure game within these 50 minutes. And so an EIN number, let's get it set up. I was planning on only being here for 15 minutes. Okay, so these mics is perfect because it was on the ground and y'all was hearing me. All right, perfect, I'm glad. So I forget where I was, but it is 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock on the East Coast. So we're gonna end it here, family. I'm staying consistent as possible with all of my lives, and I've just been out and about and haven't even been at the crib to really give this information throughout the day and in front of my laptop. So I've been following for a few months and I'm hearing you. So without further ado, family, let's look into this EIN setup. Reach out to me so that you guys can get it set up with my business partner, TaquanX. You guys can check out his videos for more information on the EIN number and setup of, this whole new credit profile that you guys will have access to on the personal side. Not business credit we're talking about, but personal credit. And so it's definitely vital that you guys do use this, especially those that are looking to operate in the private and out of the jurisdiction of the United States. I do appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in. I see you, Ash. See you tuned in to the tube. If all that I ask of you guys is just to drop a like, drop a comment, what you guys learned. something positive up in the chat box so that others can see this information and see that real people are also getting insight, information, value, and it's worthy of their time to watch this video, but not only watch it, but share this video as well too. So I appreciate every single one of you guys truly for doing the work, for showing up for yourselves, for being present, and for being here, and for being now. I appreciate y'all truly. Peace, love, and light. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If y'all aren't in the Discord, go to my bio. I just updated it on YouTube, and you guys will be able to find me in the Discord and ask any question away up in the Discord. I see my guy Black Onyx ask a couple questions. Feel free to drop those in the Discord, brother, and I'll be able to get back to you accordingly throughout there. So I appreciate y'all all tuning in. Peace, love, and light. CreditGotti. He's out.